Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. It's all about my 2020 planner setup, and I'm really excited to share this in today's video because I do happen to be a planner nerd, and I know there are many more of us out there, so I wanted to share it in a video. But before I actually get into the meat of the setup and show you everything and how it's all laid out, I did want to say a few things because I did previously post a 2019 planner lineup, and in that I had 4, maybe 5 different planners that I was using for the year. That didn't quite work out so well. And the reason is because there were a lot of planners, or at least 2 or 3 of them, that I didn't really use throughout the year. I didn't really go to them regularly or as regularly as I thought I would. So for my 2020 setup, I thought it would be better to have one planner in which I could have multiple sections that kind of represent those individual planners that I had in 2019. If none of this makes any sense, I will link that video up above in the cards and down below in the description, so you can go back, check that out, I don't know, recap, or it still has a lot of good stuff in it. So you can look at that video and see what the heck I'm talking about. I was just wrong about how that system would work for me. It didn't work out so well. I can admit when I'm wrong. So this year, like I said, I'm using a Discbound system. I'm using a system so that I can put in different sections or kind of tailor it to the way that I want. I was missing the ability to be a little more creative or flexible in the general layout of my planner. And since I did have some experience with happy planners back then, I thought I would use that system, that Discbound system, but kind of tailor it to fit my needs better for this year. So with that said, I am using a Discbound system. It is not the Happy Planner brand. It is just an 8-disc half-letter setup. I'll have all the details on the screen as I'm flipping through. And of course, I'll have all the information also in the description box down below with any links that you might find helpful as well. Okay, this video might be a little long, but I'm attempting to speed it up so that I can fit all of the juicy details into it. And like I said, anything you need will be linked down below. And of course, you can always leave me a comment to ask a question or anything else you might need. All right. Grab yourself a cup of coffee because that actually might be helpful since this is a lengthy video, and let's get started. So for my 2020 planner setup, I'm using this beautiful leather cover from Cloth and Paper. And as you can see, my planner is ridiculously thick. It's ridiculous, but I love it. It holds it all together and keeps everything nice, neat, and organized the way I need it. So starting off on the left side of my planner, I have these Cloth and Paper stickers, and I'll preface this by saying a lot of the things you'll see in this planner are from Cloth and Paper, and there are a few printables from other shops that I'll link down below as well. This is not sponsored. I do not have an affiliate link. It's just something that I really do love and use. So these stickers are from Cloth and Paper. I don't remember exactly the name of the stickers, but if I remember them, I'll try and put it on the screen or down below, as well as these translucent dot stickers from Cloth and Paper as well. And this journaling card is from one of my orders from them. And this is an Ollie clip. This little notepad I picked up from Muji, and it lists the days of the week, and I use it to kind of help me pre-plan the following week. So those definitely come in handy. Also in this front section, I have this card that I received from a Christmas gift, and it's from the Louis Vuitton Christmas collection, and I just really love the colors. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, how I'm going to use it. I wanted to put it somewhere, even though my planner is pretty neutral and minimalist, but I just really love the way it looks. So I might use it somehow. And this little plastic card, I punched holes on it to be able to use it in my planner if I needed to stick other things to it. I'm not quite sure what I'll use it for, but who knows. The cover page has 2 things from Cloth and Paper, and that's a leopard Ollie clip holding my current Tombow marker that I'm using this week. And this cover is actually from a tortoise colored Hobby Lobby notebook that I found. And I took the cover and cut it up basically because I love the way it looked. These rings are from Happy Planner. They are the large rings. I'm not sure exactly what they call them, but I know it's about 1.78 inches wide, and it's in the rose gold color. Even though I'm not in love with the hearts, they do the job, and they're, you know, as big as I need it for this huge planner of mine. And there you can see the tortoise cover on the back that I use to stick the entire planner inside this agenda cover. And that's my pin loop, and these are the two pins that I normally use. It's an Inkjoy 0.7 and a Sarasa dry clip pin that's 0.5. So opening up, I have a dashboard from Cloth and Paper. Then continuing on, I have my intro page with a little sticky that I'm using to actually cover up something that I messed up under there. But that's a Simply Gilded washi with 2 layered sticker notes. And then this is the year at a glance. And I have a few dates listed, like pay dates and days off that I know so far that I'll be taking off from work. Not sure what else I'll note on these page. And then you'll see the 2020 holidays as well as my work calendar. This was a dashboard freebie from the planner spot, I believe. And then this is a vellum that I printed off. And I'll list the company names or the Etsy shops down below. And this is what I use for my future planner. So I only keep a couple of months worth of inserts in my planner. So I have a future planner up at the front just to document any days that are coming up. So things that I can't exactly put into my calendar at the moment because it's not in my planner, but I'll list them out here. And this is my inbox section, which is noted by this top tab divider. And I typically can flip right here if I just need to quickly jot down a note or something that I need to remember. I'll flip right to the inbox section, write down that important note. This inbox dashboard from Cloth and Paper, I use it to keep my task cards, which are similar to the ones that Maddie Plans use. She is here on YouTube, so I will link her channel down below. This is a business card holder that I have my sticky tabs in, as well as some translucent sticky notes. This sheet was just a list of orders I was waiting on around the holiday season. I do actually have a printable that I recently printed out that I can use for this purpose. You'll see that later on in my planner. So getting to the main portion of my planner, this is the schedule section. These black dividers are from the ARC system at Staples, and I use one of those old school label makers to label them. And here on the left side are a few sticky notes from Cloth and Paper, and on the right is a dashboard from Cloth and Paper, which is, I believe, a street map from Paris. And here is where you get into my 2020 weekly planner. So here's a month overview for the month where I note any upcoming dates, of course. And I have this ruler here from the ARC system, or it might be Tool, I'm not sure. That helps me flip to the month as soon as I can, or as soon as I open it up. So I know that little tab marks the monthly calendar for me. And here are a few weekly layouts for January. This one I went a little sticker heavy because it was a holiday week for New Year's. So I put some stickers on here. They are from some Happy Planner sticker books that I have. These sticky notes are from a freebie from Peanuts Planner Co., a freebie printout. This next week, I'm using the hourly layout from Cloth and Paper. It's undated, and I use this because it was a really busy week for me. And I have that ollie clip there to mark my current page. So this is the current week, and you can see yet another layout that I'm using, or a system, because I'm trying to kind of figure out which one works best for me. As you can see, I'm using one of those Muji stickers here to plan the upcoming week, and I have a few extra habit tracker sticky notes. And in the schedule section, I do have 3 months, so 1 quarter of the year at a time. This is also another undated weekly insert from Cloth and Paper. It's the Hobonichi Weeks insert, and it kind of corresponds to the way I used to set up my weeks in my bullet journal, which is why I figured I'd pick it up and give it a try. The next section here is my home section, and it's covered by another vellum sheet that I printed out. And the first section is just a list of monthly tasks or tasks for the year. I have special things that I want to keep track of regularly, like the maid service, gutter cleaning, carpet cleaning, things of that nature. When to schedule certain appointments, I have those noted here, and everything is not yet filled out for the year, but you kind of get the gist. This next section is the cleaning section. These printables are from Simple and Trendy Co. and it lists out the cleaning tasks based on weekly, daily, monthly, and I have enough in here for 3 months. So pretty much everything in here I keep for a quarterly basis in all of the sections. Here's another vellum separating my meal planning section. And in this section, my plan is to use these monthly month-on-one page and use one side for dinners and one side for lunches so that I'll know what days, to pack lunches for my kids and for my grocery shopping. I got this original horizontal calendar from Peanuts Planner Co., but I decided to switch it to these vertical monthly layouts from Simple Trendy Co. And the next section in the home area is for projects. And you'll see a sneak peek of this actually in my previous video. It's called the 2020 Home Goals or Project Planning video. And I'll link that up in the cards and down below for you. But this is a project planning template that I actually created for myself. And I give it away as a freebie in the description box of that video. So please check it out. Moving into the next section, which is for business. In this section, I have this divider here from Cloth and Paper. It's the Boss divider or dashboard. And of course, it makes sense to have this here in the business section because I'm trying to be a boss. So along with my full-time job, we do have a family business and I keep some of the notes and the admin things that I need to account for. I also have a spending tracker to help track expenses and make that up to date for tax purposes. And I do intend to have a budget tracker here. These are all from Peanuts Planner Co. And next, this dashboard is from Cloth and Paper with a Christian Dior quote. And I feel like it's very appropriate for this section as it relates to my blog and YouTube because it's mostly a hobby. So I want to remind myself to do it with passion, no matter if it's for work or play. Opening this up, this is another tracker from Simple and Trendy Co. I'm not entirely certain how I'm going to use it, but I'm thinking I'll use it for social media, how often I'm posting to Instagram, YouTube, my blog, just to keep myself accountable and kind of keep myself on task. And then I have the next section with a top tab labeled content, and this is where I'm planning out what videos I'm going to put together. I'm attempting to plot out how often I'm going to post and record. It doesn't always happen, but I'm trying to get better at staying consistent with these things. So I hope that in 2020 this will help me to be accountable and stay consistent. These are from Peanuts Planner Co. And as you can see, this is January. So January is over. None of this happened that was listed out on this, but that's okay. My intent is to use it to mark out when I'm going to post videos, blog posts, any important dates that correspond to those deadlines, and any important tasks that correspond to those deadlines. The other side of this printable is the content planner, also from Peanuts Planner Co., with action steps for each item. The next section is my finance section. These cards are from Cloth and Paper. I received it in an order with a little sticky note on there. In my finance section, it's not really detailed because I do have a finance planner that's separate from this, and I may do a video on that to show you how that's set up. But in here I do keep some finance overview information. For instance, this tracker was a spending tracker for Christmas. I was trying to track out what was purchased and who the gifts were for. I kind of gave up midway, but that was the plan. And then this is the new order tracking printable that I was telling you about. I got that from Simple and Trendy Co. It has a place for the date, details, amount, and check boxes for shipped, delivered, returned, and refunded, I believe. So I thought that was really cute and definitely helpful for all of those Amazon orders that I know we all can relate to. And here I just have a few notes about what visuals or what graphs I might want to include in this section. And this next section is my goals area. And I have a cloth and paper dashboard that has an Anthony Bourdain quote that relates to travel, because that is definitely always one of my biggest goals. I just love to go and do things, you know, and give experiences to my children. So travel is always a goal. So here I have this map overview, and I thought it would be really cool to plot out the places that we've been. And I'm realizing that we haven't been to many places on the right side of the globe. So I definitely want to correct that. And here we get more in depth about the goals. These are some prompts I used to kind of, at the end of 2019, to kind of come up with what my goals would be for 2020. So that's what that all of that information is, along with some books that I want to read, because one of my goals is to read more finance books. This next section is for my health and fitness, and it corresponds with my goals, of course. This doesn't have anything in it currently, but my plan is to track some health stats, like measurements, monthly stats that just go along with what my goals are. And this next area is my notes section, and these stickies here just have my general monthly, weekly, and daily planning routines. I intend to print out some kind of printable to put in here to make it prettier than these sticky notes, but that's what is holding this placeholder right now. This is another cloth and paper dashboard. It's a street map of Florence, and on it I have some sticky notes, some black sticky notes, and some white sticky notes, more sticky notes, some half sheets from Happy Planner. And I have my notes organized by alphabetically. So I have them set up in these alphabetized tabs. However, I'm leaning towards using a different kind of tab for this. These are from cloth and paper and really thick, so they take up quite a bit of room in my planner. I do have these cloth and paper top tab dividers in the dusk color. My only issue with them is that they are a little too pink for my liking. I thought they would be a little bit on the brown side, but they are very pink. So I'm still deciding if I want to use them. They are much thinner and don't take up much room. They're really thin and flexible, so I like them for that purpose. So I may swap them out and just put them in upside down so that the tabs are at the bottom. So that's my notes section. And I do have this layout actually from, I guess, just to give me a visual reminder of the way I used to use my bullet journal. This is one that I used from November, but I kept it in here because I was thinking I may use that Hobonichi undated layout and use it in a similar way for this previous layout that I like to use. One side I'll use my schedule. The other side will have my trackers, habit trackers, workouts, dinners, things of that nature. And in the back, I just have some extra note paper. I have graph paper, line paper, dotted paper, blank paper. And I'll show you, I DIY'd this folder from cardstock that I purchased from Michael's. But the problem is I cut it to the size of a half letter insert, so it won't actually fit a piece of half letter paper. So I need to make one a little bit wider so that it would be able to hold an insert if I needed it to. But in the meantime, I do have some stickers here that I'll refer to. I have this pouch also. This one is from the ARC system at Staples, and I have some additional journaling cards and stickers in there. And I have another folder. This came from the Martha Stewart junior size notebook from Staples. And I'll flip it all back to the front. Takes a little while. These rings are ridiculously big. All right, we're back to the front, and that is my 2020 planner setup. Thank you so much for watching my planner flip through today. I hope you found it helpful. As I'm filming this, there's actually been a few updates since I filmed that section, but of course, I'll update you throughout the year to let you know how the system is working out for me. And also, you can check me out over on Instagram. Sometimes I'll share some photos or maybe even some clips, maybe on IGTV, doing quick flip throughs of my current planner setup. I'll have that information linked down below as well for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.